welcome to SaaS Leaders Lounge, the go-to podcast for insights into the intersection of technology and business. I'm your host, Romone, and today we're diving into our AI series. We have the pleasure of hosting Alex Babin, the innovative CEO of Hercules AI, known for transforming regulated industries with cutting-edge AI technologies. From his roots in Los Gatos, California, to leading Hercules AI, Alex has been at the forefront of applying artificial intelligence to solve complex challenges in sectors where precision and compliance are paramount. Alex, it's great to have you with us today. How are you, and where does this podcast find you?
Thank you, Ramon. Pleasure to be here and doing absolutely fantastic. Hope the same with you. Happy to be here.
Most definitely. Can't complain whatsoever. Even better with you as our guest today. I'm very excited for the discussion we're about to have. But Alex, could you kick us off by sharing what drove you to Hercules AI and also the vision behind focusing on AI with regulated industries?
Absolutely. AI is such a broader theme, right? It can be applied to anything. But my co-founder and I, from the very beginning, we realized that one of the biggest impact where AI can have on humanity or society or business sphere is to save time for people not doing the mundane work and focusing on things, creative things that they are good at. And as one of my friends said, robots are painting pictures and AI creating poetry, and people are still doing this hourly work and low-paying jobs. That's not the future we all envision. So we want to focus people on where they are best at and take the machine to give the machine the opportunity to take care of the rest. With this premise, we decided to focus on generative AI before it got the name generative AI and build automation for complex back office workflows that typically cost hundreds of millions of dollars to organizations around the world, and consuming enormous amount of people's time.
Oh, fantastic. I must say. In terms of the automation for back office workflows, I definitely know how much time that saves and allows you to put more quality into kind of what matters. But I've seen your recent press release. I know Hercules AI recently made waves with the introduction of the assembly line approach and also the Rosetta Stone LLM for generative AI applications. Are you able to delve into these breakthroughs and also their significance in the AI field?
Absolutely. So in order to get into these details, I wanted to start with a bigger picture and the problem that the world is facing. And actually, it's called invisible, $1.5 trillion invisible problem. I know this sounds incredibly big, but the world is running on outdated software. Every organization has hundreds, if not thousands, of pieces of software, SaaS, on-prem, anything you can imagine, that they are using in day-to-day operations, starting from HR, procurement, sales process, manufacturing, everything. And this software has not been originally designed to be super effective, especially when dealing with another piece of software. So those solutions are not interconnected. And the only connector between these pieces of software is humans. That's where a lot of inefficiencies are happening. The simple process of quote to cash in a large organization might take 3-4 weeks, burning a lot of time and efforts and money and everything. So that's an invisible problem we have to deal with. And the way we're dealing with it right now is just making more people do the work working with this software. But AI can dramatically change that by introducing this kind of a virtual AI workers who do not care how many clicks they have to do to take something from one place, do reasoning, transform data, and put it into another place or make the work done. Because machines, they're no ego, no coffee breaks, not bored with clicking buttons and doing things. And in this concept, one of the most fundamental pieces is transformation. Because when the data comes from one place and going to another place, it needs to be transformed. And in most cases, it's structured data. So one of our models, Rosetta Stone LLM, is actually doing exactly this thing. Think of it as the next generation of ETL, extraction, transformation, load, but it does it automatically. That's fundamental change of how AI solutions are being built and deployed on top of existing infrastructure, existing software. So with Rosetta Stone LLM, we are kind of expanding possibilities for our clients to augment the existing software solutions they have without replacing, rip and replace, which is critically important for enterprises.
Brilliant. No, it's excellent. I must say, from when you mentioned the world is running on outdated software, that's very true. And I think the input of virtual AI workers, especially with kind of the way Rosetta Stone LLM can transform data, is definitely going to extend the possibilities, a double fold or triple fold, should I say. But these innovations not only kind of mark a leap in AI, but also demonstrate Hercules AI's leadership in driving the industry forward. In this fast-paced world of AI, how does Hercules AI maintain its edge and also ensure your offerings remain at the cutting edge, especially for unique demands of regulated industries?
Uh, Regulated industries is one of the biggest part of enterprise market. If we talk about insurance, financial services, legal, and a broader range, healthcare, and other parts of the market, verticals in the
Mm,
market. And this part of a market has very specific requirements of what they can use and how they can use things, especially related to AI. Those organizations cannot allow for that data to be sent outside of the security perimeter. This is some of the most sensitive and important data out there. If we talk about legal, we talk about financial services, right? And that brings some limitations of how not just AI solutions should be built, but also run on premises or in the VPCs of those clients, and how they look at it, how they evaluate those solutions. We are focusing on regulated industries for very specific reason. Number one is that this is very big part of a market, and second, of exactly what I just was talking about, the specifics of how AI should be run in there. From the very beginning, we've been building AI solutions that are working inside the security perimeter of our clients. Basically, we bring AI to where the data is and not the other way around, and that makes it very efficient and secure. Uh, and then Hercules is basically a new way, answering your question, Hercules is a new way of building and running virtual AI workers or AI applications, especially inside the security perimeters. And in this case, I would say right now, most of the companies who are trying to build new generation of AI solutions, they are basically trying to build one solution fit it all. But we know that enterprises need different solutions, and they should be fine-tuned for specifics of each organization. You take a company in insurance and another company in insurance industry, and their data might be a bit different, and the processes might be a bit different. So it needs to be specialized. So Hercules is a platform to actually fit and fine-tune AI solutions for specific needs of organizations, making it scalable. And that's where assembly line approach kicks in, because we know from history, anything that built custom built is not scalable and typically of a high cost. But things that are built on assembly line, they are scalable, high quality, and mass produced. So why AI solution should be different from cars or computers? You are not going to buy your custom laptop built just for you, because it's going to be absolutely expensive. You go to Apple and buy the custom, like the manufactured, mass-produced laptop. The same with everything else. History of humanity shows that when mass production kicks in, quality goes up, prices go down, everyone is happy. So that's
yeah.
exactly what we're doing for the industry.
Brilliant, brilliant. I must say, I think staying ahead of the kind of curve is no small feat. And you're right, regulation is a very specific market, but in a way that you can manage kind of the sensitive data, whether it be legal, finance, or other industries, by actually making it specific for each operation. And then, as you mentioned, benefiting from economies of scale for customers overall with kind of the assembly line building. It definitely ensures that kind of you not only meet but anticipate the needs of more clients that may come on board. So, considering the critical nature of AI ethics and also security, especially in regulated sectors, how does Hercules embed these principles into your technology and also processes?
Mhm. That's a great question, and the quality of AI output is critically important, and ethics of AI is also important part of overall um, guardrails approach to AI solutions, especially when your AI solutions are processing hundreds of millions of dollars or very sensitive data. The quality becomes critically important. Imagine you're a bank and you have, let's say, 2% hallucination rate for your generative AI solution that moves money around. You'll be running out of money, clients, in the bank very quickly if you allow that to happen. So quality of AI output is a number one. And as one of our clients said when they were evaluating different generative AI solutions, putting one large language model on top of everything is like putting nuclear reactor on a scooter. Might be cool engineering task, but it doesn't make any sense. Quality is achieved by orchestrating chain of models, making sure there is no error propagation, there are proper guardrails, and uh, clean data is being part of a process. It's orchestration. It's like asking what makes a car safe. It's not one thing. It's not just brakes or steering wheel or whatever. It's combination of things, including computers, lidars, radars, airbags, everything. And the most beautiful thing is that it should be working as an ensemble. You can't make these things work separately. So Hercules as a platform has all of those components built in, and we've been building it for years, testing it with clients on different types of data, different types of processes. And that's the fundamental part. When you have quality of AI output at the highest possible level, and then making sure that the data that comes in is the right one, you eliminate a lot of problems with ethics, with quality, with risks, like we saw previously with even larger organizations, and they models sometimes produce suboptimal results. Um, that things can be eliminated by putting the right things in right places.
I agree. I think upholding those values, especially when you're dealing with millions of data, as you mentioned, cleaning the data, orchestrating a chain of models, I think it's essential for responsible advancement of AI technologies. As the more and more things evolve, it's definitely becoming more and more scary. But I think a combination, as you mentioned, of things is needed to eliminate all those problems entirely, which we'll probably never get to that point. But I think, yeah, it's heartening to see kind of the adoption you're prioritizing. Looking ahead, how do you envision AI further revolutionizing regulated industries? And also, what role will Hercules AI play in this evolution?
I would want to step back a bit and not just talk about regulated industries, but any business out there, and go back to this problem of outdated, clunky software. There would be two type of companies, and actually, we already see this kind of a separation. The traditional SaaS businesses that are going to be augmented with AI capabilities, which is great because now your CRM can be much smarter and you don't have to spend time entering the data in. AI could do that for you through transcripting the calls with customers and many examples like this. So that's a traditional SaaS businesses that are going to be getting to the next level of productivity by applying those AI technologies on top of them. And AI first companies who are building AI solutions from a ground up. Both are absolutely legitimate approaches, and we will see a lot more of AI first companies growing and expanding to different industries. We've been a generative AI company from the very beginning before it got the name generative AI. I still remember our CTO and my co-founder explaining to some of our clients what LLM is back in like 2020, 2021. No one cared. Now everyone and their mom know what LLM is, and everyone cares.
Yeah.
So those kind of things are going to dramatically change the landscape. And for us, it's critically important to be this layer of providing this layer of capabilities to any organization in the world to get those AI virtual workers. As Sam Altman was mentioning recently, there will be companies run by a handful of people and thousands of AI agents or virtual AI workers. It's inevitable. And it's not
Yeah.
that something that we can pause or fight back with. It's progress. But on the other hand, we I do believe that this is going to be the biggest and the fastest growing industry in a history of humankind. And I'll explain my rationale here. Every industrial revolution or every kind of a technology revolution gives new possibilities and makes other industries grow. Like we had electricity, and electricity gave birth to so many different other industries. So with generative AI and AI in general, we'll have so many new industries and possibilities springing out of it. We can't even predict what that would look like, but it's inevitable because impact AI has on any industry is so profound that we cannot deny that. On the other hand, we do know that some of the best companies in the recent years, they were they were born on a combination or intersection of different technologies. Let's talk, for example, Uber, right? Uber is the largest taxi company in the world, having no cars on their balance sheet. But it was born on the intersection of multiple underlying technologies like mobile, payments, and maps and GPS. Combine these three technologies together, you get absolutely new type of a company. Wouldn't be possible before, right? Let's talk about Airbnb, largest hotel chain in the world, owning no properties, right? Also, combination of multiple technologies. And virtual AI workers is going to be the largest industry and fastest growing industry in the next 10, 15 years, or probably even longer, because organizations will need those virtual workers to produce more work, and more companies going to be being born out of that new wave. So that's how we see it, and we want to be on the forefront of that revolution where we already are.
Yeah, perfect. I think your vision and kind of innovations, it will definitely pave the way for significant advancements. I love the example you gave there about how kind of electricity affected so many different industries. It's the same with AI, most definitely. And I can confirm that I agree with you that it will be the biggest and fastest growing industry ever. Um, Moving on to more of our light-hearted quick-fire section, it would be great to kind of have a fun, get to know more about the person behind Alex, the founder. So, are you more of an early riser or a night owl?
I am early riser. My work day starts at 5 a.m.
Oh wow, excellent. Me and you are a bit of opposite people, but I guess things will still get completed. Do you prefer comedy clubs or dance clubs?
Neither. I don't have time for that. Sorry.
Fair enough, fair enough. Do you prefer more nature documentaries or historical documentaries if you have time for either?
Historical, if you can see the books behind my back, like 90% of them history books. I'm a history buff. I love history, and I do
Oh,
believe that those people who do not learn history lesson are doomed to repeat them. So everything that is happening right now happened before. If talking about example as AI, we see a lot of movement right now, kind of a pushing back on AI. AI will take people's jobs. We've seen that before, Luddites movement when the Industrial Revolution started. But I do believe that AI will not replace people. AI will replace people who are not using AI. That's how it's going to happen.
yeah. I agree with that completely. And before you mentioned the kind of industrial change, I was going to say that example. Before we had kind of horses and carriages, and then when I think Ford came in with kind of the mechanics and the cars, everyone was like, "Oh, there's going to be no more workers working on horses or cleaning the roads." But I think everybody just adapted in a certain way, which is how I'm hoping the world will change in the near future when AI is more prevalent. Continuing, do you prefer science museums or technology exhibits?
Science museums. Absolutely. My favorite.
Brilliant. And do you prefer aquariums or botanical gardens?
Aquariums. It's such a
Yes,
meditation just to watch kind of a nature in that way. So absolutely
it's
aquariums.
true. It's true. Yeah, I took my daughter to an aquarium for her birthday, and she was only 1 year old. So I think it was me that was enjoying most of it. But I was just stood there in awe, looking at the different types of fishes, or sharks, or jellyfishes, and so on. It's very interesting to kind of understand what's in the ocean that's still undiscovered, should I say?
I would never have an aquarium myself. All my fish is probably going to be dead in like 10 days, but I enjoy watching.
Okay, brilliant. Do you prefer learning languages or learning instruments if you've done either?
I love learning languages. So I speak different languages, and I don't find I right now on my to-do list is to learn Japanese because of
Mhm.
my hobby, but I'm still kind of a pretty slow on that. Just don't have enough time.
Brilliant. Yeah, I know it's a difficult language to learn as well. And what hobby is that, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm doing blacksmithing, Japanese swords blacksmithing.
Oh, nice. Very different, I must say.
And I'm
Very
still
different.
struggling.
Well, I guess we've learned.
I need to translate some technical texts or historical texts on swords making from Japanese, and Google Translate doesn't do a great job, but ChatGPT does actually. So I think I should kind of get into more learning the language myself instead of using translators.
The benefits of the rise in AI, I guess it opens doors to kind of the swiftness or readiness of what you can learn. But we also like to keep a collaborative nature on the SaaS Leaders Lounge podcast. So we always have a question from the previous guest asked to the current, and you also have an opportunity to ask a question to the following. Previously, we had the CEO of a company called Iris Technology, and they're kind of using AI with audio, and the CEO is also runs a record company at the same time as well. So very interesting balance. But his question for yourself would be, how do you balance and nurture company culture alongside strategy, particularly given your experience?
Hmm. That's a very broad question and also very deep one. Culture would eat strategy for breakfast, right? And we know that. And culture of innovation, is specifically, especially when you are an AI company, is critically important because, and we empower our people to make experiments. Making mistakes is okay, not making progress is not. So in our case, number one value of a company or kind of a thing that we empower in our people is courage to make bold moves, make mistakes, learn from them. So I would say, I don't remember who said that, but courage is one of the most rare and scarce resources. uh, Intellect isn't. There's so many smart people, but people who actually are not scared of making bold moves and moving forward, especially when the outcome is not clear. This is what makes the difference in the company culture. That's what I believe in.
Perfect. Some beautiful answer. Most definitely. I think I've taken that on board myself, as we'll be growing our organization soon as well. So I think identifying courage is an early indicator, possibly of success. In the next podcast, we have a lady called Rachel Kozar. She's the CEO and also co-founder of Virtual Sapiens. What would your question be for Rachel in our next episode?
I would say mm, this way: what was the historical event or book, whatever you learned from history that impacted the most your perception of the present, and how you took that lesson and applied it to what you're doing now?
Perfect, perfect. And I think it also relates to your interests, as you mentioned. So please do tune in to find out Rachel's answer. I'd be happy to connect you both together if there's more information in regards to her answer. And also Jacoby, if he wants to know more about how to detect courage from the success you've had, it sounds like. But before we wrap up, Alex, please can you share where our listeners can find more about your work and also Hercules AI?
Well, we're pretty easy to find: Hercules.ai. And Hercules as a platform to build virtual AI workers or AI agents to help organizations with complex workflows and tasks, save people time on those mundane things so they can focus on most important things, and also save organizations, Fortune 1000 organizations, hundreds of millions of dollars each year.
Perfect mission statement, should I say? I will include Hercules AI's website, also your LinkedIn in the About Us on the YouTube, Spotify, and also Apple. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today in the SaaS Leaders Lounge and sharing your invaluable insights into the power of AI in regulated industries. It's been a thought-provoking and also enlightening conversation. To our listeners, don't forget to subscribe to the SaaS Leaders Lounge on your favorite podcast platform. We have a fantastic lineup of guests just like Alex, sharing wisdom that you won't want to miss. Until next time, keep innovating and leading in the SaaS world. Goodbye for now. Take care, Alex.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.